I'm so glad we have one more match because the first one did not disappoint. Texas will play for the national championship on Saturday, and we are about to send the very first team from the ACC to that national championship match, Pitt and Louisville. Here we go. Texas able to take down San Diego in 4 sets. They were tested, but the #1 overall seed prevailing, 3 players in double-figure kills for the Longhorns. Who is going to join them? Let's go. More volleyball on deck. Courtney Lyle, Holly McPeak, Katie George about to join us. This might have a little drama to it. This is going to be the 3rd meeting between these 2 teams, Pitt and Louisville. They split the first 2 meetings, but lineups might look a little different, and Anna DeBeer, definitely a player to watch for the Cardinals.
Well, I call this the rubber match, right? They're split 1-1. Who's going to take it home? And Anna DeBeer is the important piece of the puzzle for Louisville. She's the 6th rotation player, and she missed 12 matches this season, so her team had to fight without her, but she is back in the lineup. She's led them with 28 kills in the last 2 matches, and I'll tell you, when the match is on the line, she told her setter last week, Raquel Lothero, set me the ball, and it paid off.
You love that as a setter?
I absolutely love that.
She can will this team to victory. She was limited in the last meeting with Pitt, did not play against Pitt in the first meeting, but Anna DeBeer is back and been playing 6 rotations for the past 2 matches. For Pitt, they have a shiny new piece to the Pitt puzzle, Katie, and it's a piece that almost didn't happen.
Well, one of the positives from COVID, Courtney, was all players got an extra year of eligibility. Without it, Courtney Bizzario would not be here. Instead, she would have graduated from Iowa. She would have gone on to nursing school, never having played in an NCAA tournament. She got that extra year, she transferred to Pittsburgh, and has never looked back. Now is living out a dream of not only contending for a national title, but she will have pro options waiting for her in January, something she said she had always dreamed of. Dan Fisher told me that she has been absolutely dominant all season long. She moved into that right side position where she could just focus on that outside pin hitting. And you know what's crazy? She rises to the occasion. The bigger the match, the better she plays, and she is a massive piece to this Pittsburgh puzzle.
Yeah, she told us that my numbers are way better in matches than they are in practice. She said, I don't know why, but I just turned it up.
She likes to rise to the occasion, and that's a good sign if you have a blue jersey on.
Yeah, she has risen to the occasion for sure, leading Pitt in kills and kills per set, averaging 3.7 kills per set. That marks 7th in the conference. Look, it's one thing to make it to a national semifinal. It's another to play your rival on the biggest stage.
Yeah, it's huge for both teams, and Pitt has been amazing defensively, but so has Louisville, especially at the net. They're 3rd in the country in blocks per set.
These 2 have combined for the last 6 ACC titles. They both made the national semifinals for the first time last year. They're both back this year. And one of these teams is going to be the first team from the ACC to make the national championship match.
And both teams want it to be them.
Dan Fisher in his 10th season, he loves developing those all-skill players, and you're going to see a lot of those on the floor tonight. At some points, they're going to have 4 players that know how to set the volleyball very well. He loves the multi-talented players.
And I like that. You want well-rounded players who aren't scared to step in and set the ball in transition or take a swing if they need to.
Danny Busboom Kelly in her 6th season. She was the National Coach of the Year last season, getting this Louisville Cardinals team to its first national semifinal. And they had some big pieces that they had to fill, including their setter.
Huge. They lost an All-American setter, and they went to the portal and found Raquel Lothero. She was on the portal. She started at USC for many years and now is an impact player for Louisville running their offense.
What are you looking for first in this meeting between 2 familiar foes?
Well, because Pitt is such a great defensive team, they love to extend rallies and score in transition. Will Louisville be able to side out and get first ball kills, or can they stay in the long rallies?
I heard Katie and Eric talk about it in the mid-matches show. How important is a fast start for this match?
Well, if history is important, right? Both of them, when they lost, had slow starts. So I think it is an important sign, but both of them are far enough into their season where they're able to respond.
Pitt won the first meeting on October 23rd in 5 sets, and then Louisville with the sweep on November 18th. None of that matters now. It's all about tonight. And Anna DeBeer starts off with an ace.
Anna DeBeer bringing an attack mindset to start this match.
If you've watched her play, nobody's surprised by that.
Not at all.
Rachel Fairbanks sending it back to Courtney Bisario, dug up down the line by Elena Scott. Serena Gray steps into set. Good opportunity for Louisville. Elena Scott with the handset to Claire Chassé, a first-team All-American.
And Claire Chassé was the player for Louisville who stepped up when Anna DeBeer was out those 12 matches. She's been putting up blistering numbers and stepped into that 6 rotation role, something she's worked really hard for.
Valeria Vasquez Gomez wide down the line. Now you talk about carrying a heavy load. Claire Chassé, number 9 in white for Louisville. Danny Busboom-Kelly said all of a sudden there was all this pressure. Our success was determined a lot by what Claire Chassé was able to do in matches. She handled it beautifully. Look at Louisville go!
Louisville attacking, and Anna DeBeer is on the service line leading that charge. Tons of pace on the serve, and that gets away from Pitt.
Danny Busboom-Kelly telling us that both teams are excellent servers. Who was going to break first on serve receive is going to be very, very important as Aiko Jones and PK Kong get together for a block party.
Yeah, she felt like too Pitt was serving at its best coming into this match. Timeout, Pittsburgh, Louisville running. We mentioned the journey that Anna DeBeer has been on. She missed 12 matches with a knee injury, returned November 4th, but was limited, only playing in the back row. It wasn't really until last weekend at the regional that we saw her step into that full 6 rotation role, and wow, what a difference.
Oh, she's been fire for Louisville, but the rest of the team really stepped up when she was out and strengthened. And the fact that they can win without her is a huge confidence booster for this Louisville team.
Katie, I know you were in Louisville to see the regional and to call that action. What did you notice about DeBeer moving back into 6 rotations full time?
Well, I think I saw first and foremost depth that Holly mentions, and so they were able to work Anna DeBeer back slowly. She played in the backcourt for a handful of matches, but Danny Busboom-Kelly said ultimately if we were going to make it to a national semifinal, we had to have Anna DeBeer back playing 6 rotations. Yes, you see the massive and great kills from her, but she's also such a steady, consistent passer, and she's a stabilizer. Also, in have-to-have-it moments, she rises to the occasion, so she's such a good player. They knew if they were going to get to this point, they had to have her be a key piece again, and she definitely was that against Oregon.
And how fitting, too, for her to come out and lead Louisville on a 6-0 run with her serve. An ace for Pitt! Serena Gray.
Serena Gray is so aggressive in her mindset. I love that she takes pride from the service line and gets after it. I saw her practice today. She was working that serve and right now serving into traffic down that line.
A first-team All-American selection this year for Serena Gray. Swing, going angle, Claire Chassé.
Claire Chassé checking out Serena Gray's defense in that left back position, giving her a little challenge.
Here's Elena Scott. Serve goes long. You know, being on the stage, we talked to both teams about it. They got the chance to do that for the first time last year, and some of the women said, you know, it was a lot. There's media interviews, there's different obligations you have to do, and then stepping out onto the floor, that's a big experience to have. What we have 17,000 in here today. Now they've had that experience. here they are for round 2.
And Danny Busboom Kelly said, look, it feels different this time around. And I'm telling them to be light and enjoy the moment. They're definitely more comfortable on the stage, especially after playing at the Yum Center last week in Louisville.
Pitt should be comfortable too because they went to a hostile Wisconsin, the UW Fieldhouse. It is always rocking, and they took down the defending national champion in 5 sets. Lothero can't save it. Point Pitt.
Rachel Fairbanks, the setter, gets this ball to Bizzario on the right, and look at the pursuit by Elena Scott, the libero for Louisville.
Nice response here from Pitt. 3 straight points. Courtney Bizzario behind the service line. Down the line at Claire Chassé. Over to Lothero. Aiko Jones with the tip over the block. Vasquez Gomez blocked. Fairbanks gives her a second chance. Into the middle, Wokolo. Chiamaka Wokolo.
The extended rally, and Pitt likes to wear teams down. Couple cover plays, and then out of the middle, little paintbrush. Drops for Pitt.
Now, Dan Fisher told us he felt like long rallies really worked in their favor. They get other teams frustrated. It's a 6-1 run by Pitt. Aiko Jones trying to slow down the Panthers.
Aiko Jones starting things off. She is really good from the service line as well. She's really grown as a player. She did not play any club volleyball growing up, so it's been impressive to see how fast she has grown.
Holly, she learned the sport playing outside on concrete.
Can you imagine?
No. Service error.
Aiko Jones going for it down the line, missing just wide.
That's 3 straight service errors by Louisville after they started off this match on a 6-0 run. Valeria Vasquez Gomez out of Puerto Rico. Lothero with a bump set to Chassé. And it's long, the tough serve, getting Louisville out of system.
And now Pitt able to score with their defense. They're putting pressure on Louisville with a tough serve and a big block.
Lothero running the slide with Tillman. In comes Cam Innes. Lexus Akeo, back to Innes, still going. Rachel Fairbanks, she will swing in the front row and set in the back row. Flying in, Anna DeBeer.
Fantastic defense, both sides of the net. Look at this ball here. Elena Scott gets under it, and back row attack off the block for the Louisville point.
Pitt was questioning whether that ball was down, but Dan Fisher choosing not to use a challenge there. Oh, what a pop in the middle from Chiamaka Wokolo.
Wokolo is an offensive threat. She gets up, and one-on-one, Pitt has an advantage right there. Even though Amaya Tillman is a strong blocker, that's tough to stop in the middle of the court.
And this was something that Louisville had on their scout. They know that Pittsburgh wants to run their middles early and often. It's part of their bread and butter that makes their offense so explosive. Get the ball to the middles as best you can because it's so hard to defend in one-on-one situations.
Amaya Tillman answers with some power of her own. She's moved into that M1 position this year.
Raquel Lothero feeds that ball really fast to the pin, and they're going after Cam Innes on the block at the net.
It just feels like a slugfest. 2 teams that know each other so well, so much on the line. Cam Innes, Raquel Lothero, give it up for the setter.
She was out there all by herself, and as a setter, you want to isolate your hitters one-on-one, but Raquel Lothero, fantastic defensive setter, solo block for Louisville.
Katie had a front row seat for that setter solo stuff.
Pitt's offense sputtering a little bit right now.
It's really interesting, this offense that Pitt uses. We're calling it a 5-2 because Rachel Fairbanks, she'll set when she's in the back row, but when she rotates to the front row, she'll swing on the right side.
Yes, but right now they've gone to a 5-1 to get out of this particular rotation. You see Serena Gray get covered right there.
Vasquez Gomez steps in to serve that. Gray taking the swing. DeBeer off hands. Fairbanks hustling to bump set Cam Innes. Cam Innes, a player who has stepped up when her team needed her the most.
And she's done it in different positions. Earlier in the season, she was setting. Look at her work to get outside, get her feet to this ball, and take a hard rip right into Maya Tillman for the Pitt point.
We talked about those all-skill players that Dan Fisher loves to have on his roster, and Cam Innes is one of those. Was setting, now hitting because Juliana Dalton has been injured. Fairbanks on the hustle. PK Kong off of 1 foot.
Louisville knows they want to go behind the setter, attack that left side block of Pitt, and it's paid off with that quick set.
We've seen them use both PK Kong and Amaya Tillman coming off of 1 foot. Gray in the middle. Lothero pushing it to Aiko Jones, blocked. Jose hustling. Free ball to Pitt. Fairbanks just forced it to the middle, and Serena Gray.
Serena Gray is such a fantastic target. If you're the setter, she gets up in transition and is calling for that ball. If you're Rachel Fairbanks, you have a lot of confidence in a middle attacker who's working that hard in transition.
And her personality too, she told us, I try to stay just okay the whole time. Very even keel. I like to be that even person on the court for my team. Doesn't get too high or low. Bump set to Jones. Fairbanks to Bizzario. PK Kong.
Pitt wants to go to that right side attacker. We talked about her at the beginning of this match. Courtney Bizzario, Anna DeBeer, and PK Kong are all over this attack. Nowhere to go.
PK Kong is the offensive option here, but she is just such a natural defensive player. They have been so impressed with her progress as a read blocker, and you saw it there.
And she really has not played her first 2 seasons at Louisville. She redshirted 1, COVID was another. She's got 4 years left. There she goes again.
PK Kong is so long, and they worked on this today at serve and pass. The footwork that she needed to do and make big moves to shut down attacks like that.
4 blocks for Louisville, 1 for Pitt. Vasquez Gomez right at Elena Scott. Aiko Jones.
Louisville making some fantastic digs, and they're able to attack back, and you see them attacking continually that left side of the Pitt defense.
Timeout, Pitt. No matter who wins this match, we're going to see some history tonight. The first 40 NCAA tournaments, there was 1 semifinalist from the ACC. It was Florida State. The last 2 tournaments we've had 4. It's been Pitt and Louisville both years back to back, and one of them is going to be the first team from the conference to make the national championship match.
You know, 6-7 years ago, guys, the household names were North Carolina, Florida State. Louisville and Pittsburgh started to emerge. Dan Fisher took over in Pitt. Danny Busboom-Kelly came over and took over the program in Louisville. And together, they have recruited so well. They've established such great culture. And those 2 teams became perennial powers over the last couple of years. And I thought it was interesting. Dan Fisher said we've been good for one another because iron sharpens iron. The ACC has continued to grow. We've gotten better top to bottom. But he said going against Louisville, couple of times a season prepares us for the NCAA tournament, and we feel like we prepare them as well. And now both of them obviously on the national semifinal stage again.
Yeah, that preparation is paying off. You think they like facing each other on this stage, though?
Well, I think having a representative guaranteed in the final, that's a big statement for the ACC.
It's a 3-0 run for the Cardinals. Their serve is working, 10 points off of 16 Louisville serves.
Well, we talked about it, right? The start was really important, and Louisville had a fantastic start in this rotation with Anna DeBeer on the service line.
They have 8 points off of 9 serves from DeBeer. Make it 9 points off of 10 serves from DeBeer.
What a competitor. She is so intense, and her team can feel that confidence. Look at the passion right there. They are loving what she's bringing to this match.
Miklicka leans out for it. Bazzario, it's tight. She had to tip it. It's gonna work, Courtney Bazzario.
Bazzario, well-placed tip right over the block. She brings the heat down the line, which holds that left back defender deep in the court.
DeBeer, good pass. PK Kong, when you get a good pass, you go to that middle.
Raquel Lothero has done such a nice job running this Louisville offense. She's a great leader. She's selfless, loves to play defense, and when they're out of system, does a really good job battering the ball.
She arrived late to Louisville too, so it was a quick learning process for her to learn what each attacker liked, how you help them adjust during a match, but she's done it.
And Danny Busboom-Kelly has really taught her the way that she wants to run this offense, and it's different than she's run in the past.
Transferring over from USC. Aiko Jones got a touch on it. Lothero Chasse!
Lothero isolating Chasse out on that pin, but she has all her options. And Amaya Tillman has established herself as a threat, and that holds the middle blocker for Pitt. Advantage hitter in this situation all day long.
Louisville is hitting .333. Pittsburgh is in the negative. That one grazes the tape. Vasquez Gomez. There you go. That's a good looking swing.
That time isolation to Vasquez Gomez by Fairbanks. Middle stays in his low. Aiko Jones was coming in to help and got burned on the pin.
Chasse sends it up to Lothero, tipped by Tillman. Oh, a little hesitation going after that. Aiko Jones is gonna take advantage.
A lot of times you know that when your setter digs the ball, you know who's gonna step in, but everybody on Pitt could step in and set that ball, and there was a breakdown in communication. Pitt has talked all season long about wanting to be the hunter and not being hunted, and I feel like they're a little bit on their heels in this first set.
Started right from the beginning when Louisville went up 6-0. Block for the Cards!
Amaya Tillman is on fire defensively. Watch her get outside and close this block. She is the NCAA Elite 90 recipient award winner as well. That was announced today.
A third-team All-American selection announced yesterday. Akeo to Fairbanks.
Rachel Fairbanks does so much for this Pitt team. We talk about her running the offense, but she's also one of the offensive threats on the right side when she's in the front row, and Lexus Akeo, number 1 in blue, will run the offense.
Lothero to Tillman. Nope.
Cam Ennis and Wokolo, number 20 in blue, close that block up. Knowing that Louisville's trying to go behind a lot, they do a much better job leaning that way and closing the block.
service error by Vasquez Gomez. Louisville trying to be the first to hit 25 points in this opening set. Texas has already won its semifinal. They defeated San Diego earlier tonight in 4 sets. So the Longhorns back in the national championship match for the 9th time. They'll face one of these teams. A KO to Ennis. Out of system swing for DeBeer. Fairbanks. And it's long.
Rachel Fairbanks had a good look at that one, trying to attack that sharp angle, just got away from her.
Here's Aiden Bartlett. Tipped over by Wokolo.
Louisville able to pick up that tip, but not do anything with it.
Substitutions, Kat Flood can come in and serve. Because they're using Cam Ennis, Rachel Fairbanks attacking, they're able to bring in Kat Flood, and she has a monster serve.
They can score a lot of points in this rotation very quickly.
She's had an ace in their last 3 matches. DeBeer, saved by a KO. Lothro sends it over. Fairbanks again! Rachel Fairbanks, look, she told us, I said and hit, but I love hitting.
She does. That time Louisville behind on that play, chasing the hitter, Fairbanks. Pitt just pushing that transition set, putting so much pressure on Louisville there.
A couple of triple doubles this season for Rachel Fairbanks. Had one in the tournament. Anna DeBeer.
I love the swing by Anna DeBeer, but how about the bump set by Raquel Lothro? That's that out of system play where she just puts up a hittable ball and lets Anna DeBeer to go to work.
Set point Louisville. CC Rush back to serve. Free ball coming, no! Dropped down Serena Gray.
Serena Gray was able to score that point with a little roll shot, but Rachel Fairbanks saved that play on a big hustle sprint for Pitt.
And that could have easily turned into an ace if not for the extra effort from Rachel Fairbanks. Set point number 2, Cards. DeBeer off hands. Set number 1 to Louisville.
Anna DeBeer with her 3rd kill on 8 swings. She has been impressive in the first set, leading her Louisville team.
And 3 aces to go along with that. Louisville came out all gas, no brakes. They scored the first 6 points. They take the opening set, 25-18 here in the national semifinal. A nice start for Danny Busboom-Kelly's squad. They take the opening set 25-18. I think Omaha might have a special place in Danny's heart. She's got some history here. Back in 2006 when she was playing for Nebraska, she won a national championship in this city and then eventually would move on in her career and become an assistant with the Cornhuskers and came back to Omaha and won the 2015 national title.
Yeah, she has a lot of history here, right? And she learned a lot from the Nebraska program. She learned that details matter, and she's passed that on to this Louisville team who's taking care of business.
She's got some family that's maybe 90 minutes away. Her husband's family is 20 to 30 minutes away from Omaha. And here she is making her 2nd appearance in the national semifinal as a head coach with the Louisville Cardinals.
And I feel like she's kind of had the lightest attitude in encouraging her athletes to really enjoy the moment.
Yeah, she said, look, walk in to this gym, take a look around before this match today and realize what you've accomplished and enjoy it.
It's a really important fact, right? You don't want to get caught up in the moment and be too stressed to enjoy it.
We talked about if history repeated itself, how a quick start would be important with these two teams. It was for Louisville. They scored 6 straight points and won the opening set. Little paintbrush stroke from PK Kong. Elena Scott all over it. Anna DeBeer, wow!
I spent some time in Pittsburgh's huddle, guys, in between sets, and Dan Fisher said, look, we had 9 hitting errors, we were aced 3 times, and our out-of-system setting by non-setters were to nobody. Obviously the message, clean volleyball. Let's get back to what we do well. What's gotten us to this point? That first set was not Pittsburgh volleyball.
Very uncharacteristic, but that is a 4th ace by Louisville.
Louisville is going very aggressive from the service line and giving Pitt all sorts of problems. Serving between 2 players to space, and the communication is just breaking down.
Oh, this is a great stat. Jeff Muir doing talent stats for us tonight. In the last 4 sets against Louisville, Pitt has hit 079.
That means that Louisville's defense is very effective. And it starts from the service line.
Pitt gets the stop there. Rachel Fairbanks' turn. Lothero to Aiko Jones. Bizzario bump setting Vasquez Gomez out of the back row. Aiko take 2 with the tip. Pancake by Emmy Klicka. Chassé. Fairbanks there down the line. Cam Ennis. Back and forth. Chassé! That's kill number 4.
Louisville making a statement that they can stay in a long rally with Pitt. You see Claire Chassé work inside of Serena Gray's block, inside hand. Point Louisville.
Yeah, Pitt mentioned like how they want to get their opponents frustrated by keeping them in long rallies, and that's something that Louisville knows is coming. Chassé again.
I talked about the out-of-system setting by Raquel Lothero. This ball is dug low. Look at Raquel Lothero get under and lift this ball all the way out to the antenna so Claire Chassé can score in transition.
Because Raquel Lothero arrived so late for Louisville, Danny Busboom-Kelly made it a point to spend a lot of time with her on Zoom, watching film, telling her about the hitters' tendencies that they had in their gym. So that helped her have a bit of a head start when she finally stepped into practice with Louisville for the first time. Ennis tips. Lothero is there. Chassé hustling. DeBeer! It's out. Whoa.
The effort is all over the place. Aiko Jones laying down on the floor twice to dig the short ball. Off the tip, this ball goes wide, and then Chassé one arm, and then DeBeer gives it her all to try and get that ball in the square.
Tillman. No! Valeria Vasquez Gomez!
What an incredible block. She was ready, disciplined. Watch this move. Arms, press, incredible.
This is a player whose all-around game is impressive. Her dig numbers, she's had 20-plus digs a couple of times this season, and she had to fight for her spot last year. Ended up losing that battle to Lecator member Monet, who was big in Pitt's run to the national semifinal, but she hasn't wavered. She stuck it out with Pitt.
And worked hard to get better, and now you see her making a huge contribution for Pitt.
3 straight points for the Panthers make this a tied second set. Throw down, Amaya Tillman. Oh, they're gonna call a lift. If there is any type of throwing motion, if it looks like that, they're taught to call the lift.
Well, they've made that rule a little bit stricter. That ball cannot be on her hand too long. And now Pitt on a little scoring run of their own.
Five straight points now. DeBeer out of the back row, ouch.
Look out below, Anna DeBeer is bringing the heat. This is a really quick tempo. Raquel Lothro so fantastic at locating this ball for Anna DeBeer, who knows what to do with it.
That really is stressing that Pitt block. Vasquez Gomez, angle.
Big seam in that block because it had nice pace out to the antenna.
A second-team All-American selection this season for Valeria Vasquez Gomez. Dan Fisher told us she's got all the tools to get around whatever block, whatever size block is in front of her. Claire Chassé, they can run her out of the back row too.
Two gigantic weapons out of the back row, Anna DeBeer and Claire Chassé, an option in transition, and that puts so much pressure on the middle blocker at Pitt, who doesn't know where to go. She can't cheat out to a pin, and she's got her quick hitter to worry about as well.
Do you like the decision making of Raquel Lothro of when to use that back row attack?
I do.
Here they go again. Amy Klicka got it. DeBeer eases up, it drops.
The timing was a little bit off, but Anna DeBeer, I mean, she just knows what to do. Little roll shot right to the middle of the court. Drops for Louisville.
Vasquez Gomez, wow, on an out-of-system swing.
Pitt likes to be aggressive, especially out of system, because they've got fantastic hitter coverage, and that gives the hitters confidence to swing away.
Meaning you swing into that block, you know you've got teammates behind you to back it up if it comes back. Scott with the hand set up to DeBeer.
Elena Scott, the libero for Louisville, was a setter in high school, and it pays off. She can step into that play and use her hands to get it to the net.
Swiping it off the block is Valeria Vasquez Gomez, and now she's up to 4 kills.
It appeared she was in trouble. That ball was tight to the net, but good tool.
Valeria Vasquez Gomez's idol has been Kayla Lund, her former teammate, for years, because she thought it was attainable. The physicality, they're a little bit undersized, but they had similar arm power. And Dan Fisher told her a couple days ago, you've surpassed your idol based on the way that you're able to use blocks like we saw.
It's a pretty good role model to have, though, Kayla Lund.
I'd say so.
Vocalo on the swing. Claire Chassé with the hand set to DeBeer. Scott diving. PK Kong. Fairbanks. Over. Point Pitt.
Incredible effort to keep that ball alive by Pitt. Watch this ball off the block. One arm stab, quick transition. And here another one arm stab and a throw down by Rachel Fairbanks, who's the front row setter for Pitt.
Both teams said you cannot get impatient playing each other. because time and time again, they're just going to get a hand underneath and continue the rally. You got to be patient.
Elena Scott, that just came off her body and went over the net. Fairbanks. Woo!
Fearless defense by Louisville to stay in that rally on the overdue.
This is only set 2, ladies. They're going to be exhausted by the time this thing is over. Scrappy rally after scrappy rally. .30 run for Pitt. DeBeer and Lothero get tangled up.
They were both down twice in that rally, but popped up. They're communicating about it. It's over, but that ball dropped on the other side of the net.
Dan Fisher is holding the green challenge card. And he will use it, so for the first time in this match, we'll have a challenge.
The signal was a touch, but we don't know when that occurred in the rally.
So I think they're going to look to see if there were 4 contacts on Louisville in that rally.
When the players crash into one another. No, I think Raquel Lothero got that ball.
It just looks like Anna DeBeer was almost following through with her, but doesn't have any contact with the ball.
Correct, her platform was under Lothero's arms.
You get 2 challenges. If you're correct in your challenge, you get to keep it. And confirm no extra touch on that ball. So the point stays with Louisville, and Pitt is down to 1 challenge unless we go to a 5th set. And here's Anna DeBeer, 3 service aces today, 7 kills. The KO. Chasse coming after it. Aiko Jones. Cambinis. Off by Elena Scott. The hustle continues. Aiko Jones, look at the high-level volleyball we're seeing.
Aiko Jones doing a really nice job working deep into that corner off the hands of the blocker.
Danny Buscom-Kelly told us Aiko Jones deserves a lot more attention for how she runs and does so many things for this team, and also she changes the opponent's block.
She certainly does. Teams like to set away from her because she's so big defensively at the net.
Aiko Jones, of course, if you followed this Louisville program, you'll never forget her performance against Texas in Austin in the regional semifinal when they upset Texas. She played out of her mind in that game. Touch, another point for Aiko Jones.
Raquel Lothero locates that ball so well on the right side of the net for Aiko Jones, who's so physical and has gotten better and better at using it.
A 4-time all-conference selection, a member of the Jamaican national team, and we mentioned it too. I mean, how late she was to get to the sport. So she has really developed into the player she is today thanks to her time at Louisville.
How about Serena Gray in the middle? You know Pitt wants to go there. The physical play, one hand set by Lexus Akeo. Beautiful feed to Serena Gray.
Third kill for Serena Gray. Pitt has no attacking errors here in set number 2. They had 9 in the first set. The dance continues. Not anymore, says Tillman.
Serena Gray did everything she could to get that ball over the net, and it actually went over, but Amaya Tillman, open net kill.
Service error as it goes long. Louisville won the first set 25-18. Pitt has played much more Pitt-like, if you will, in this set. They've limited those attacking errors. They've served tough. We've seen that scrappy defense.
Playing clean volleyball.
Vasquez Gomez by herself.
She is so disciplined the way she gets out there and shuts down that block. Pitt 15, Louisville 12 in the second set.
Coverage of the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship continues with the national final on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. For more information on the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship, log on to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. We mentioned how Pitt has cleaned it up. Set 1 hit under 100. Set 2, they're hitting 269. No attacking errors. Chaussee shoves it into the block. Courtney Bizzario on the angle.
Courtney Bizzario taking a big swing on the right side after the block. She's a huge weapon, and Louisville knows it's going to be going to her a lot and have set up their defense to try and stop that, and she's still able to score.
3-0 run for Pitt. They have 6 points off of 8 serves by Cam Innes. DeBeer going through 3 blockers.
She's impressive. I mean, she just knows when to use a little finesse shot, when to power through, but her court vision and awareness is so impressive. There's that pipe feed from Lothero.
And right now, Louisville's killing Pitt from back row attacks because there's just that space that's needed for these attackers in the block. They're not right up on the block like they would be in the front row. So it gives them space and vision and time to see.
Pretty good sight right there, Katie.
I mean, I'd keep going to it. I know you've got a plethora of hitters in the front row, but until they prove that they can stop you from the back court, keep running the Bic.
It's nice, too, they can run it with 2 different players. With Claire Chaussee or with Anna DeBeer. Bizzario tooling the block.
Amaya Tillman working hard to get out there and get in front of Bizzario, but Bizzario using the late block out of bounds.
Just all the tools in Anna DeBeer's toolkit.
She has it all, and then Lothero getting that ball out to her fast. It puts so much pressure on that Pitt middle blocker to get out there and try and close that block, but you've seen Louisville hurt them from the back row on that quick back row attack as well.
Fairbanks going up with one hand, and she is in the back row. Bizzario tips. Lothero to Kong on the slide, blocked. Brittany Bizzario starting to figure out that block.
She certainly is, and PK is just a little bit late closing, and then Bizzario attacks her. Valeria Vasquez Gomez so good on that left side block for Pitt.
Shout out to the digs in that rally too. CC Rush and then Emmy Klicka stepping up. Fairbanks working Wokolo on the slide. Net violation on Louisville.
Pitt's on a run, and they look like the hunter now. They've turned the tables up by 2.
And Louisville is going to call a timeout. Yeah, that's something that they've worked on with their sports psychologists. Play like the hunter. It's helping them guard against being overconfident or feeling that pressure of being the favorite team in a match. Kind of zoning out everything else and just focus on playing like the hunter.
It's important, right, to stay aggressive, be that underdog, and never give up.
One of the players that's done that for sure, Valeria Vasquez Gomez, and she's done it in different aspects of her game. It's not just her offense. She does have 4 kills, but she has 6 digs and 2 blocks as well.
I've been really impressed by her blocking on the left pin. Good kill, no block in front of her, and then just smart tool off the block when Pitt needs that point in transition.
Pitt still is settling down here in set number 2, just 1 attacking error after having 9 attacking errors in the first set.
They have 5, 12, and 5.
Well, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC, you can catch some women's college basketball. Number 2, Stanford hosting Tennessee. Stanford, of course, they a couple weeks ago played South Carolina, the number 1 team in the nation. It went into overtime. It was an incredible game to watch. Facing a Tennessee team who's trying to regroup. But Rakia Jackson is back. Jordan Horston, they combined for 32 points per game. So a dynamic duo for Tennessee against Stanford. You'll see that on Sunday at 3. We're going to see history here tonight. One of these teams is going to be the first ACC team to make that national championship match. Texas is already there, waiting for the winner of this one. Pitt trying to even up the match at a set apiece. Tough serve out of the timeout. Fairbanks to Bizzario. Lothero Chasse tips back row. Vasquez Gomez to add another kill to her highlight reel.
Dan Meskey, the National Assistant Coach of the Year for Louisville, telling his players in that last huddle, look, 3 points is the difference here, and it's from our block, okay? We've got to do a better job blocking. Don't get frustrated. He said a couple should have been stuff blocks, but they're tooling us instead. Be patient, keep your arms extended for a little bit longer, just a split second longer, and hold, and let's get some of those blocks and capitalize.
See if Louisville can make that adjustment. .30 run for Pitt. Lothero's turn. Fairbanks dug by Scott. Joust at the net, back to Louisville's side. Here comes DeBeer. Wide on the angle.
Pitt, lots of momentum, and they are rolling because of their defense.
holds its opponents to hitting just 164 on the season. Louisville hitting below that in this set at 159. Great. Oh, Vasquez Gomez everywhere.
Aiko Jones, huge block on the right side. A lot of teams want to set away from her. Look how big she and PK Kong are for Louisville.
So there's the block. They were talking about in the Louisville huddle, getting a little more discipline there. And then the ace for Anna DeBeer. Can you believe that's her 4th ace tonight?
Incredible. This is a rotation where Louisville goes for runs. They had a great start at the beginning of the first set and hope to go on a run right now. DeBeer going cross court and right between the two players. Enough pace to be disruptive.
And you can see too on that angle, as soon as it crosses the tape, it just starts to fall dramatically. It's definitely been a game of momentum. Louisville came out strong. They scored the first 6 points in the first set. Went on to win that one 25-18, but Pittsburgh has regrouped here, and now maybe Louisville trying to grab some of that momentum.
Yeah, I think Louisville wants to try and go on a run right now with DeBeer on the back line. They've got a big front line that could provide some blocking power.
Anna DeBeer, we mentioned how she has come back. This is her 3rd straight match, playing 6 rotations full time. She's got 9 kills, 4 aces, 2 digs, and a block.
Yeah, she can fill a stat sheet by herself. But it's her leadership and her confidence and her fire that she brings. She's such a fantastic competitor.
It's like an X factor to have on your bench. When you need someone to take over in a match, she's ready to put the team on her back. Pitt hoping a little break, calling timeout there, slows this Louisville run down. Panthers trying to be the first to 25 and even up this match at a set apiece. Fairbanks. Chasse coming after it. Fairbanks again, roll shot. Lothero to Chasse. Off the touch, here comes Louisville.
Claire Chasse, really nice flat swing. Love that decision right there. She mixes it up. Aiko Jones picking up that tip in the middle of the court and then flat off the hands of Fairbanks.
Oh, and a net violation on Louisville. PK Kong went up and hit that ball. It was coming over and I think got a piece of the net.
That was a down ball situation that was going to come back easy for Louisville.
That ends their 3-0 run. Pitt now needing 3 points to win this set, and they bring in Kat Flood. Aiko Jones on the attack. It did touch the block.
Pitt going off Anna DeBeer in serve receive, and she answers with a perfect pass. Raquel Lothero. I talked about her location on that back set to Aiko Jones. It's perfect.
Aiko Jones now also perfect. No attacking errors for her. Holly hitting 400 with 6 kills. Louisville's got a hustle. Oh, and Raquel Lothero sliding into her chip camera.
Well, she slid into the perfect location where the padding was, thank goodness. Fairbanks again going flat.
It's incredible to watch Rachel Fairbanks, how she just seamlessly goes from setting in the back row to attacking in the front. Back to Chaussee. Look, we may talk about Anna DeBeer's fire, but I think Claire Chaussee has got a little flame in her.
Oh, a huge flame in her. She was shy when we talked to her yesterday, but she's got a huge amount of competitive fire inside.
Bizzario on the left pin. Take two for Bizzario, down the line, set point, Pitt.
Courtney Bizzario that time on the left pin. She's got the range and finds the opening down the line.
Louisville takes a timeout. Look, we saw it in our first semifinal of the day. Texas had to weather the storm. They lost the opening set to San Diego. You got to do that on this stage. Pitt has done that. They've been able to turn the page here in set number 2.
And that's important, right? You have to respond. This is a game of chess, and you have to figure out a way to score and make some adjustments in game.
Third meeting this season between these two teams. They shared the ACC title. Pitt won the first meeting back on October 23rd. It went to 5 sets, and then Louisville won that second meeting in November. It was a sweep, and Pitt said that was not our best volleyball. It was uncharacteristic of them.
Yeah, I mean, they said, look, we were hunted, and we weren't the hunter. We weren't that aggressive team that we want to be, and I think they learned from that.
Have you seen more aggression out of Pitt in this second set?
Just cleaner volleyball, taking care of opportunities instead of, like Coach Dan Fisher said, setting to nobody when they have a chance to swing.
And also their defense, too, has been really scrappy. They've leaned on that. They've forced Louisville into some long rallies. Here's our bracket. Texas has moved on to Saturday, their 9th appearance in the national championship match, looking for their first title since 2012. They're the only team in the semifinal field to have won an NCAA title before.
But it's been 10 years.
It has been. Set point Pitt with Cam Innes serving. They pass it off the row. They go out of the back row with Anna DeBeer. Second set point Pitt.
I feel like as a team, Louisville's hitting numbers are better out of the back row than the front.
It's looked pretty good tonight. Aiden Bartlett, she served Louisville on a 6-0 run in the 5th set against Oregon, and she is in right now to serve. Pitt is going to take a timeout. Their second set point coming up.
Much like icing the kicker in football, you want to ice the server, make her think about it.
I want to let you know there's an alternate viewing option right now on ESPN Plus. It's our high end zone coverage, meaning when you watch live action, you're going to see it from this angle. Just a fun way, a different way to watch the national semifinals. We'll also do it for the championship match on Saturday. This is how coaches watch film, from this angle.
Yeah, I like to watch from this angle. A lot of fans think, oh, the side is the best spot, but the end zone for me.
Yeah, so that's on ESPN Plus right now if you want to tune over there and check it out. Second set point coming up for Pitt. Fairbanks leading them with 7 kills. Right behind her is Courtney Bizzario. We mentioned the Iowa transfer, and Katie had the great story to remind us that, hey, if it weren't for COVID, Courtney Bizzario would have graduated from Iowa and gone to nursing school.
Courtney Bizzario said she was on her couch last year watching.
Not this year. She's one of a handful of impact transfers that we've seen in the national semifinals. Gabby Blossom such a key component of San Diego's historic run, making their first national semifinal this year.
And then you talk about Raquel Lothero stepping into an All-American position at Louisville and putting them back on the stage.
Second set point, Pitt. Serena Gray! No doubt about it. We're even at a set apiece.
Wouldn't have it any other way, and Serena Gray working hard in serve receive to get that kill and finish it off for the second set.
Just 2 attacking errors for Pitt in that second set after 9 in the opening frame. They hit 3-18, and we are at least playing 4 sets here in our second semifinal of the night. Dan Fisher is with Katie.
Thanks, Courtney. Dan, I know you weren't thrilled with maybe a couple of the errors in the first set, but what did you think of your team's ability to settle in?
Well, we got back to playing our volleyball. We didn't make many attacking errors. We were a little scrappier. But man, both teams are serving really tough right now. So there's a lot of pressure on the passers on both sides. But yeah, we came out a little jittery and made too many errors the first set.
You knew both teams are excellent servers. They've got 5 aces right now. Anything different you want to see from your passers?
I want to see us not get aced. How about that?
Fair. Best of luck. Thanks. Court.
And Pittsburgh taking the second set to tie it up at a set apiece. Look, if this is any indication, it's been a battle. These two teams, they're familiar. The third meeting this season, a spot in the national championship match on the line, and we're at least playing 4 sets. Omaha's been rocking tonight. Semifinal number 2. Pitt evens it up with a 25-23 win in that second set against their rival Louisville. One team's going to beat Texas in that national championship match coming up on Saturday. Back with you, Courtney Lyle, Holly McPeak, Katie George on the sidelines for us. Look, you look at Pitt and what they were able to do, regroup. They already asked a lot of their setter, Rachel Fairbanks, but then she's got to attack. She's also digging. She's really a triple threat. She's fantastic.
Of the 4 teams here, she's the only setter that's not a 5-1 setter. They run a 5-2, so when she's in the front row, she is attacking, and her stat line is pretty incredible. 7 kills, 15 assists, 5 digs, and 1 block. She does it all.
Why does this work so well for Pitt?
Not quite sure. She's just such a good athlete, right? I mean, a lot of setters can't hit like that. I know I couldn't.
Yeah, it helps to be able to do it for sure. She's had 2 triple doubles this season, one of those coming in the early rounds of the tournament. Let's send it over to Katie, who's standing by with Danny Busboom Kelly.
Thanks, Courtney. Danny, Pitt was able to settle in. What was the biggest difference between the 2 sets?
I think we just started playing sloppy, and we talk about like Pitt, like they just grind you down, and if you start playing their game and start getting ground down, it's going to get a little sticky. So I thought we made some uncharacteristic errors. We started off the set, we couldn't pass, so that's the difference.
Thanks for the time.
It's a lot of the mental game too, right? Physicality, I mean, you're feeling it, and then you're mentally getting worn down as well.
Yeah, and I think that's what Pitt tries to do to teams. They're prepared to play. That's their style of play.
Louisville opened this match on a 6-0 run. They got some really outstanding serving from Anna DeBeer, who has 10 kills, 4 aces today. But the Pitt turnaround, that was impressive. You got to be able to flush any mistakes you make and move on. That's exactly what the Panthers did.
Short-term memory.
So here we go, getting set for set number 3. Anna DeBeer, the only player in this match in double-figure kills. She's going to start off set number 3 serving. ties her career high with 5 aces.
And she loves going into that cross-court area where it pops off the platform away from the setter.
Fairbanks the bump set to Bizzario, off of the tape.
Anna DeBeer from the service line able to get Pitt out of system with a little tweak in the pass and hitters off the net. This is something Louisville prepared for. It's a triple stack in the middle of the court. I saw them working on this today, and if Pitt gets in side-out trouble, they go to this triple stack, moving Bizzario to the right.
It's still going to be out of system here. Bizzario gets the swing from the right. Aiko Jones. 3 straight points for Louisville.
Good hang time by Aiko Jones, but Louisville wants to attack it. Cam Mendes, number 5 in blue, the smaller blocker in the front row for Pitt. Here's the triple stack again.
This one sails long on Anna DeBeer. Yeah, Dan Fisher talking to Katie in between this second set and third set, said, man, both teams are serving really, really tough.
And that's really important, right? Every single coach talks about winning the serve and pass game.
Yeah, I'd say 90% of the time when you ask about keys to the match, when we're meeting with coaches, they say, well, win the serve pass game.
Well, isn't that 99% of the time?
It is 99%. Maybe, I don't know if I've ever had a coach not say that.
Right, so 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important, is what we're saying.
Key.
One-handed set to PK Kong. Bump set to Jose, in between the blockers.
Timing a little bit off between Serena Gray and Bizzario on that block. And Claire Chasse attacks right at that seam.
You know, we mentioned Chasse having to really step up when Anna DeBeer was unavailable. That's not the first time she's had to do that for this Louisville program. Melanie McHenry, who was their star, went down with an injury in 2019, and Claire was called on. That might have surprised Aiko Jones.
That was a fun block. As a blocker, that feels really good. She is way over the net. That ball goes straight down.
Lothero to Tillman, connection complete.
How about Aiko Jones with the dig, and then Raquel Lothero working to get to the net laterally. Tillman makes herself available in transition and goes cross-body.
Pitt's gonna call in timeout. 3-0 run for Louisville in set number 3. Louisville back to their old Cardinal ways here in set number 3. They're on a 3-0 run. They've done it with some really tough serving. This Louisville team, its second national semifinal in back-to-back years on a 12-match win streak. That last loss was to this Pitt team. Serena Gray's going to take a rip on this, and it was touched. The extra hustle paying off again for Pitt.
Serena Gray goes high hands there off of Louisville's block, and Louisville is a great blocking team. They take a lot of pride in it. Dan Meske telling his team in that last timeout, I'm going to take ownership because we poorly prepared you in out-of-system situations. Pitt is not swinging high in the air. They're actually hitting the ball right over the tape. So rather than reaching up and trying to go high, go right over that tape and block more balls.
We'll see if that block makes the adjustment for Louisville. Bizzario tooling the block.
Bizzario using that high contact point to go flat over the defense of Louisville.
Bizzario and Fairbanks tied at the top of Pitt's stat sheet with 7 kills apiece. Aiko Jones. Fairbanks giving up to Chiamaka Wokolo.
The defensive touches the Pitt block is getting is helping them attack back. Really good control, and then Wokolo right there in transition one-on-one out of the middle.
Yeah, they've got Ashley Browski in the match right now, who was playing in that libero position until Emmy Klicka took it over on November 23rd. So they've got a lot of talent back there. There's Browski with the dig. Vasquez Gomez rolls it over the block. Lothero and Jones coming. No touch.
Little bit out of system, and the timing was off for Aiko Jones. She does not get on top of that ball.
4-0 run to tie it for Pitt. Chasse to the back corner off of the set from Elena Scott.
And they finally are able to stop the run by Pitt. Elena Scott, the setter from high school, knows exactly what to do with a beautiful handset to Chasse on the left pin.
That must be a luxury for Louisville because secondary setting so important for that libero position. Wokolo just had a different look when she went up to rip that ball.
But that's like the uncomfortable stuff that Dan Fisher teaches at Pitt, like a weird play like that. Wokolo looked very comfortable going up and ripping it. Not an easy play to take a swing on.
She'd probably like to do it again. Chasse. Vasquez Gomez does touch the block. Lothero goes to Chasse again. A little more power, a little more firepower behind it for Claire Chasse.
Claire Chasse came into the court, gets a set at the gap, and look at the angle she hits that ball. Vasquez Gomez almost got her head taken off.
It's one thing to hit that angle when you're tight to the net. She was 2 to 3 feet off the net and still able to hit that angle. She can sky.
12 kills for Chasse. Off of the block, point Pitt.
Raquel Lothero doing a nice job defensively with her block, but that one off her block out of bounds.
Oh, it just dropped! Vasquez Gomez!
This jump floater just, look at the pop. Great movement on that ball. As Karch would say, that was a clean serve, flat and clean.
I like the celebration afterwards too, a little fist bump. Anna DeBeer trying to make up for that last play.
Raquel Lothero took a look. You see her look at the defense and then goes out to DeBeer on the left.
Maya Tillman going after Cam Ennis. They'll fling it back to Fairbanks. Chasse in pursuit. Free ball to Pitt. That was pretty hard down the line for Rachel Fairbanks.
We haven't said enough about Lexus Akeo, the other setter for Pitt, who's setting up her counterpart, Rachel Fairbanks, for these kills. She's got a really nice location on the ball, good fast contact as well.
DeBeer trying to tip, but the block wasn't having it. That's Fairbanks.
DeBeer has not tipped a lot, but that time Rachel Fairbanks saw it coming, swats it back.
What are you most impressed with about her game?
That she can do everything and do it well.
DeBeer this time coming with a full swing. Kat Flood is going to step in and set Fairbanks. Lotherow going to the back row, and Claire Chasse, that has been so effective for them.
There's been no answer for the back row attack of Louisville. We need to start keeping track of the hitting percentage for back row attacks for Louisville compared to the front.
I feel like we haven't seen it in a minute. Did they go away from it for a little bit? Maybe not. It just seemed to be really prominent in those early first 2 sets.
I felt like Pitt put a lot of pressure on Louisville in that second set.
Absolutely they did.
Cam Menace trying to go outside hand of the block. No touch there by Louisville.
Service error, that one goes wide on Raquel Lotherow.
Louisville trying to keep that ball on Cam Ennis in serve receive, and they're missing that ball wide. That's the second serve that they've been trying to go at her that's missed.
Here goes PK Kong, pretty angle.
PK Kong recognized that the middle blocker, Serena Gray, was not going to get there, so she's able to go cross court. Sharp for Louisville. Look at this snap.
She battled out earlier in the season for her position. She was a little sharper offensively, and that's what won her the job as Pitt scores.
Serena Gray is a low error, high percentage attacker out of the middle for Pitt.
We're just going back and forth here with the score. 1 point to Pitt, 1 point to Louisville. Coming over! Gray lives for it.
Cam Ennis, tough serve for Pitt, sets Serena Gray up for this nice overpass kill. Block can't get there for Louisville.
And it's out, Louisville back within 1.
Hitting percentages for both teams in this set so much closer. For Pitt, they're hitting 279 and Louisville 263.
3 attacking errors apiece in this set. What a good reach by Ashley Browski. Lotherow dishing it up to Aiko Jones. Net violation on Pitt.
When Aiko Jones, when the timing's right and she's in system, she is so physical as an attacker. She can go over the block and hit with range. We've seen her go high off the hands of the block as well.
Chasse. Bizarro.
Louisville was able to come up with a dig the first time against Bizarro, but second time around, Bizarro's able to score inside the hand of Amaya Tillman.
We've talked about setters doing multiple things for Pitt. Well, Courtney Bizarro, some of her time at Iowa, she was a setter.
I saw Courtney Bizarro in Orange County as a high school setter. She was a setter hitter, but yes, she split her time. But as her college career progressed, she decided she wanted to be a full-time attacker.
Claire say on the swing and the kill. Yeah, Dan Fisher told us, I was watching tape of Courtney Bazzario when she showed up in the portal, and I said, I feel like she could be a really dominant offensive weapon for us on the right side if we just give her the chance to only train that and not have to worry about setting.
And she says she's learned so much, especially improved her offensive range and her blocking.
She also told us hitting against Serena Gray's block has also helped her a lot.
Right? I mean, if you've got a good A and B side at practice, you're going to make each other better every day. Wokolo defensively all over that ball.
Hit up by 2. Oh, tricky Raquel Lothero.
Raquel Lothero has done that a couple times. It has not dropped yet, but credit Claire Chassé with the perfect pass.
You love a good 2-shoot. It's so deceptive. You don't have to go up and throw down with force. It's more of a finesse shot, and you just toss it over right into that donut where they can't get there in time.
Wokolo in the middle, Alexis Akeo just putting it up on a silver platter for her.
And Pitt's passing the ball well that allows Akeo to run that middle, that high percentage play that Pitt is so confident with.
Pitt now hitting .348 here in set number 3. Free ball to the Panthers. Jimenez. Net violation, Louisville. And timeout, Cardinals. Largest lead for Pitt, and Danny Busboom Kelly wants to talk about it here in set 3 of the semifinals.
Serena Gray, a first-team All-American for Pitt, can get it done from the service line, and her physicality in the middle of the court makes things happen for Pitt, especially in transition. Look at her work to get her feet off the net and become a great target for her setter. Defensively, she's impressive.
7 kills for Serena Gray, hitting .357. A service ace, 2 digs, 3 blocks. Oh yeah, first team All-American. Transferred in after playing at Penn State. Been a Pitt Panther for a couple of seasons now. One of these teams is going to make history, not that they already haven't, but they'll be the first ACC team in that national championship match on Saturday.
Anna DeBeer going off the outside hand of Fairbanks. We've seen it all from Anna DeBeer tonight offensively.
Well, if you didn't believe Danny Busboom Kelly when she said that Anna DeBeer is a big reason we had to have her late in the tournament, you've seen why tonight. Here comes Jimenez, blocked. Oh, look at Lothero's energy right now.
Pretty fun as a setter to set up a big block on the right side for your team, and she and PK Kong get a big one for Louisville right there.
Pulls the Cardinals within 1. DeBeer, rejected! Wokolo and Fairbanks.
Huge defensive play at the net for Pitt. The first one was covered. This time, look at Fairbanks turn that right hand back into the court. DeBeer thinks it might be going out, but no.
Seven team blocks for Pitt. They're the first to 20 here in set number 3. Akeo gives it up to Fairbanks.
Anna DeBeer returns the favor with a block on Fairbanks.
Three attackers front row now for Louisville as Raquel Latharo rotates back to serve. Akeo back to Ennis.
Akeo isolating Ennis on that left pin. Right side blocker cheats all the way in, leaving Ennis all by herself.
And credit to Pittsburgh right now. Every time Louisville gets a big block or a big kill and goes back to serve, Pittsburgh sits in and they're able to side out very, very quickly. It's very efficient right now.
Yeah, they're able to refocus. Aiko Jones attacking in the middle of the floor. Double contact on Pitt.
That ball shot at Serena Gray so quickly, she didn't have enough time to get a good touch on it.
(22-20) Pitt.
And if you're Pitt, you're happy about that play because Anna DeBeer is no longer on the service line.
She has 5 aces tonight. Back goes Cam Ennis. Claire Chassé has been so key in this set. That's her 6th kill. No attacking errors here in this set.
And watch this play. It's a perfect pass by Elena Scott. Raquel Latharo looks like she might go to PK Kong, and that isolates Claire Chassé against Bizzario, one-on-one on the left pin.
Going over. Not yet, says Pitt. Latharo to Chassé. Amy Klicka up. Bizzario. Bumps up from Scott to Chassé, who rolls it. Tied at 22.
When we talked to Serena Gray yesterday, she talked about getting those balls that come hard back at her face. She had a fantastic dig. 2 incredible digs in that rally for Pitt. Look at the roll shot. Perfect hand contact on the ball. Drops by Claire Chassé.
What a back and forth set. It's been 1 point here, 1 point there, and now Louisville has been able to catch back up to Pitt, who had gained just a little leeway in that score.
This is so fun to watch, and just the way each team responds to the other.
Both teams hitting about the same 2 in this set. Pitt at 276, Louisville at 273.
It's very even in every stat category.
Yeah, the serving has been tough on both sides. The defense has been tough. Claire Chassé leading Louisville right now with 16 kills. She's one of 2 players in double figures. I bet you can guess the other one. It's Anna DeBeer.
Love the strategy in the huddle right now.
And if you can see right now, Danny Busboom Kelly, she started the huddle off with a smile, and she's got a smile on her face as Dan Meskey works the clipboard there with the whiteboard there. And I just think it's interesting. She said, deep into that Oregon match, we got to start smiling. We play our best when we're smiling, even when the match is so high pressure and tense and it's going back and forth, back and forth. We are at our best when we were having fun and we are enjoying the moment. And right now, she wants them to do just that.
Very in tune to what her team needs and how they thrive. Louisville's path to here, man, that 5th set against Oregon, I've watched it a couple of times now, and I still get anxious for both teams.
Me too. Incredible.
Remember, Oregon had match point in the 4th set, and Louisville said, we're not done. Going to 25, you have to win by 2. Louisville in the lead! First time since it was 8-7.
It's incredible. Look at the movement on that serve, just getting away from Browski.
3-0 run for the Cards. Elena Scott, one of the best when it comes to aces in this tournament. Back-to-back!
Back-to-back at crunch time for Louisville.
Set point Cardinals. Fairbanks on the move, the bump set to Vasquez Gomez. Chase! Set 3, comeback complete. Louisville leads the match 2-1. Cardinals in on a 5-0 run.
Back in Omaha, Louisville leads 2-1, and fans wearing red were on their feet as the Cards went on a run to finish and win set 3. But they're not all Louisville fans. A lot of Nebraska fans on their feet cheering on the Louisville Cardinals because they are supporting their very own. Danny Busboom Kelly won a national championship in this very gym at Nebraska as a player. She won a national championship as an assistant coach at this very venue at Nebraska, and now she's trying to do it for the first time at the helm of the Louisville Cardinals.
Katie, I bet they enjoyed that comeback at the end. Claire Chaussee was a big piece of that, had 3 of Louisville's last 5 points. Elena Scott had 2 aces.
Elena Scott came up huge from the service line at the end, and that was the difference.
Such a back and forth set. Now it comes down to this, set 4. Pitt has to win this set in order to force a 5th set. A win for Louisville, and they'll be the first ACC team ever in the national championship match. Texas awaits the winner. Lothero running Kong on the slide.
PK Kong is so long arms, long legs, and high point of contact. Lothero using her just enough to establish her as an offensive threat.
Yeah, Danny Busboom Kelly told us, I thought she was going to be more of a defensive weapon early on, but her offense has caught up. Lothero hit the ground just to get underneath that ball, and it goes out.
Aiko Jones almost played that ball, but recognized it was sailing out of bounds. Rachel Fairbanks communicating with her team, leading, trying to get them fired up to fight.
It's tight. They're going to award this point to Louisville. Do they call Pitt in the net?
Back row attack is what they're having a conversation about over here.
You see the triple stack for Pitt. They want to send Bazario all the way to the right side and Ennis to the left.
Here's Bazario. Again, Lothero there. Scott, the bump set to Chaussee. Bazario, give her 9 kills now.
The patience to wait and get that opportunity to get the ball to Bazario and end the rally.
Pitt hangs their hat on that, being patient, being scrappy, winning the long rally. next one.
Well, Courtney Bizzario did a really nice job getting a defensive touch on that ball and then works to get in position to score, bringing the serious heat there for Pitt.
They're going to feed the hot hand. PK Kong just set it over right in front of Lamaro.
And she does a mic drop and walks off. I mean, how about that? Double hand set to the deep corner pays off for Louisville.
And Dan Fisher is going to the bench. This is the first time we're going to see Juliana Dalton check into the game.
Now, she's been dealing with a lower body injury, missed the first 3 matches of the NCAA tournament. Wisconsin was her first appearance in the tournament. Took 4 swings, did not have a kill.
Big time swing. Claire Chassé was way off the net, but love that she takes a rip off this one. Good dig by Elena Scott, throwing her body under that one. Danny Busboom, Kelly said she did not want to serve at Dalton, but she is coming off the bench.
Serena Gray taps it down.
Just ready to go. Bizzario throws that up.
Now Gray rotating to the back row. Iko Jones gets the call. And the lines judge saying it hit the antenna, point Louisville.
Yeah, it hit the antenna after the block. Off the left hand of Vasquez Gomez.
Amy Klicka had to hustle to get there. It's a free ball back to the Cards. Chassé. She had 8 kills, no errors in set number 3, and she hasn't cooled off.
Well, it's nice when you have multiple players that can catch fire for your team. We talked about De Beer. Now it's all about Claire Chassé.
And Pitt's going to call timeout. Louisville on top, 7-3 here in set number 4.
For Louisville, we've talked about the red hot play of Claire Chassé. She is bringing it. 19 kills. Feel like she's jumping higher, hitting harder than she has all season long.
She is hitting .429 since that first set.
And that one ball from off the net in that sharp angle was unbelievable.
Look how her numbers have improved over her time at Louisville. We mentioned in 2019 she had to step up late in the season when Melanie McHenry, their main attacker, went down with an injury. Had to do that again this year when Anna De Beer was unavailable.
I was just in the huddle, guys, for Pittsburgh, and Dan Fisher said, look, the problem is we're allowing them to hit 625 in this set right now. He said, we want to be the team that wins long rallies. We have to just take a deep breath, breathe, get back to playing our brand of defense at the net and in the backcourt as well.
Overpass. Tillman on 1 foot. Klicka dives. Scott dives. Fairbanks to Wokolo. Scott's there. De Beer. Corner pocket.
Incredible. The defense we're seeing tonight. Elena Scott throws her body across the court. Hendricks too. And then Anna De Beer takes a big swing into the short part of the court.
Vasquez Gomez with a power punch.
Juliana Dalton, number 7 in blue, who's been out all recently, is really passing well. And I know Danny Busboom Kelly says we want to serve away from her if she comes in the game.
The first time seeing her here in set number 4, she rotates out. It's been Cam Ennis in that spot filling in for Juliana Dalton while she's been injured. Done by Lothero, Klicka. All thanks to Emmy Klicka, getting after it on the middle of the floor.
Emmy Klicka, aware that that ball can come, picks it up, and that allows Pitt to do what they do best, transition attack.
She just took over that libero jersey on November 23rd, the second set against Georgia Tech. She was competing for it last year, but now it's hers. Going up, swinging hard, Cam Ennis.
That ball passed too tight to the net, and Ennis able to score. Pitt service pressure creating that opportunity.
DeBeer gets it back down the line, dug by Akeo. Off the block and out, kill for Anna DeBeer.
Anna DeBeer tooled the blockers all the way out across the net. She is bringing the heat, taking big swings. She always lets her setter know, set me the ball in big moments.
And rarely do you see her facial expression change.
It's incredible.
So locked in.
Locked in and focused. She does not take a play off.
Well, she has a persona where they call her Mad Anna, but I quite frankly can't tell when she's mad and not, because to your point, she is so stoic.
Absolutely, she always looks the same. Then she goes up and just crushes the volleyball. She took over the 4th and 5th set in the 5-set win in the regional final over Oregon. Even too, there was, Katie, you were there for this, there was a scary moment in that 5th set. She got tripped up a little bit, and you know, she's been dealing with that knee injury, of course.
Yeah, she slipped on some sweat on the court and she fell down straight on her knee, and she said that was actually the first time that she had fallen directly on that kneecap since her injury, and so it scared her a little bit, and she said, just give me a second, just everybody stall, give me a second so I can just rework myself back in, which of course she did.
It worked out in Louisville's favor. They're here after all. Oh, right through Louisville's block goes Cam Ennis.
Cam Ennis taking big swings when it looked like a huge block in front of her. PK Kong a little bit late with that press over the net.
We're back to a similar feel we saw most of the 3rd set. Going back and forth on the score, a point here, a point there. Serena Gray is going to lose that battle against PK Kong.
PK Kong does a really good job watching that play, knowing that Pitt wants to get Serena Gray that ball in transition. Gets her feet right in front of her, slides over quickly.
That's 7 blocks for Kong. No touch, point Louisville.
You talk about PK Kong, she's also 5 for 10, 0 errors, hitting .500 for Louisville.
Cam Ennis.
Cam Ennis brought the heat on that one. Aiko Jones in her face, and she goes sharp angle with the heat.
Cam Ennis, recruited as an outside hitter, was thrown back into a setting role when they had some injuries, and now back to outside hitter after the injury to Juliana Dalton.
And I watched her today. She got setting reps and passing reps at the same practice. So I don't know how you balance out something similar to what Rachel Fairbanks does.
I was going to say, it seems to be normal in Pitt's gym.
True.
Elena Scott had the 2 aces at the end of the 3rd set to help Louisville clinch it. Bizzario again. Lothero, Jones, connection.
Louisville's block on the left side getting some really good touches. Deflection that Elena Scott's able to pass and set Lothero up for this Aiko Jones kill. Elena Scott does it again for Louisville. When the game is on the line, she steps up big from the service line. Watch her get up and hit this ball so flat, and the pace on that ball drops out, hits the line.
Timeout, Pitt. Wow, 9 service aces for Louisville. Anna DeBeer has 5. Elena Scott has 4 of them.
And we talked to Dan Fisher. He said, look, we're both serving the ball extremely well, and that has been the difference.
You know whose name we've called a lot in this set, Katie? PK Kong.
Yeah, she's been so electric in the middle, so efficient, by the way, just taking care of the ball. She's such a natural blocker. She's gotten so good at read blocking, just going up and having a presence. I mean, the one-on-one against Serena Gray was an absolute momentum changer, but then she's been lethal behind, in front as well, just always being an option and making her presence known so that she's opening things up on the pins for those outside hitters, and Aiko Jones as well on that right side. She's just been a really nice anchor and workhorse.
And I love the confidence that she brings on the court. We saw her walk off after that set kill to the back corner. Lots of confidence for Louisville.
And Danny Busboom Kelly told us that's been a key piece for her. 1, getting experience, but 2, being confident now that she is ready for those big moments when she's called on.
And this is a huge moment.
Don't forget, Sunday coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can see one of the top women's basketball teams in the nation. Number 2 Stanford hosting Tennessee, again 3 p.m. Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. That's when our national championship match will be. Texas, they're there. They took down San Diego earlier tonight in 4 sets. A win for Louisville in this set. They'll meet the Longhorns. Fairbanks with one hand. Lothero. Lothero to DeBeer.
I love the set and the hit, but Elena Scott dug that ball on a dime. Perfect control, all the heat from Pitt, and Louisville able to attack back for that huge point.
Elena Scott's numbers, wow, 23 digs, 8 assists, and then you throw in the 4 service aces.
Yeah, when we talked to Zoe Fleck of Texas, she said, look, we can't score points, but we can certainly help our team get in positions to do so, and Elena Scott's doing that for Louisville.
Tillman is wide.
Maya Tillman had a good looking swing at that ball. One-on-one, just missed it cross-body a little wide.
That one ricochets off of DeBeer, an ace for Gray. Her second of the night. Louisville timeout. Tough serving.
Incredible, I love it. Serena Gray stepping up the service pressure for Pitt, and she knows that if she can put some pressure on Louisville, their defense can score.
One of these teams, again, is going to be the first ACC team to reach the national championship match. It's kind of fitting, that first meeting between them back in October, it was a 5-setter Really different second meeting in November. Pitt got swept by Louisville, but now they both said, look, our scout's a little bit different for each other. Our lineups are different since then. Anna DeBeer is back for Louisville. Cam Ennis has been playing in the outside hitter role for Pitt, so it was going to be different going into tonight.
Definitely different pieces. They know the style of one another, but it's a certain strategy, and then adjusting to that strategy and making a move, and how you respond to that. And I like the way both teams are responding to one another.
Well, coming up later tonight on SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt, 49ers Seahawks breakdown, plus Ovechkin chasing history, and then of course SVP's weekend winners. That's coming up after we finish our semifinal here in Omaha. The rallies have been absolutely tremendous in this match between these two teams. Defense has certainly been a highlight. Pitt 3 straight points in a must-win set for the Panthers. They push it to Chassé. Coming back, but out.
Claire Chassé again with the kill for Louisville. She has been so good as this match has progressed.
Long for Aiko Jones.
Aiko Jones, one of the best servers on the Louisville team. Going for it.
We have a challenge by Louisville. The original call was that the serve was out. So Louisville believing that this is in. If it touches the line, that's in. And that was a quick review. It's out.
But it gave Danny Busboom-Kelly a chance to talk to her team. Definitely long.
So Louisville 1 challenge remaining. Unless we go to a 5th set, each team gets an additional challenge. Pitt also has 1 at the moment. Oh, Courtney Bazzario.
Really tough serve. Raquel Lothro almost went head first into that pole. I was holding my breath.
Passing has dipped a little bit with these serves coming over from Pitt. DeBeer too wide.
Wow, the back row attack from Louisville has been so good, so efficient. Back-to-back errors for Louisville.
And now Pitt just down 1. Chassé. Wide, point Pitt, they've tied it. First time we have been tied in this set.
Incredible response from Pitt, and the Bazzario service pressure for Pitt, putting a ton of pressure on Louisville right now.
4 straight points. Chassé ends the run.
Tough serve. Setter Lothro way off the net, but pushes it up for Chassé, puts her in a good position to take a swing in the cross court.
It's the 21st kill for Claire Chassé, her 3rd 20-kill match of the season. Vogelo rejected by Tillman.
Amaya Tillman all over that ball for Louisville.
A win for Louisville in this set, and they advance.
This is the triple stack. You'll see Fairbanks run right.
Tillman with the tip covered by Vasquez Gomez. Fairbanks has to attack with both feet on the floor. DeBeer off the block. There's a little energy and a little fire on the Louisville side of the net.
Amaya Tillman feeling it. Look at the fire she gives back to her team. She and DeBeer, huge on that defensive play at the net.
It's a 3-0 run for Louisville. Pitt does not have any timeouts left in the set. Service error.
I think this game is so beautiful, but also so unnerving at times. Louisville was up 16-10. They looked like they were cruising. Pitt fights all the way back to tie it at 17 all. Louisville goes on a 3-point run, misses their serve, and now I mean, it's just, it's mind-boggling at times, is it not?
It's emotionally exhausting. Here comes Pizzerio. Courtney Pizzerio give her 12 kills.
On the right side, Louisville knows it's going there, and she's working off that middle blocker's hands, getting there late.
Kamenis. Scott again. Alexa Hendricks with the set to DeBeer. Pizzerio calling on her setting skills. Just a force at the net, Amaya Tillman.
Amaya Tillman is really making her presence felt defensively. This walk-off, the swagger, I'm loving the fire.
She rotates out 5 blocks for Amaya Tillman in key situations. It's up. PK Kong. They're going to have a lift call on Louisville.
That ball a little bit too long on the hand of PK. She's not allowed to throw that ball down.
Makes it 21-20. Dylan Griffin serving. Pizzerio, no touch.
That ball was wide and pretty far back behind that 3-meter line. Didn't get the swing she wanted.
Pittsburgh has had 5 attacking errors here in set number 4. Meanwhile, Louisville just 3. They're hitting 310.
Pitt going to a 5-1.
They've been running a 5-2 with Fairbanks attacking in the front row. That looks good.
Incredible feed to Serena Gray by Rachel Fairbanks.
Kong and a misconnection between Lathero and Kong.
That ball was not well located, and Louisville wants a timeout.
Pitt has tied it. Panthers have to win this set in order to force a 5th.
Could it get any more exciting?
I know.
I'm nervous.
It's like one team goes on a run, the other is able to respond.
I love that response, right? I mean, that's what happens in great matches.
Both have been on this stage before. They both made their first appearance in the national semifinals last season. So they knew what to expect. They knew what to expect facing a familiar opponent. Third time that these teams have faced off this season.
See both head coaches talking to their teams, getting them focused on what needs to happen to make a difference at the end of the set.
Don't forget the last set that we played, it was tied at 22 all, and then Louisville went on a 3-0 run to win.
Behind Elena Scott at the service line.
Yeah, 2 aces, that was a big part of that. What's allowed Pitt to tie this back up?
Defense, really good defensive touches, and then they transition it back. That's their signature. That's their style.
It will be a race to 25 points. You have to win by 2. A win for Louisville. They're advancing to Saturday. A win for Pitt. We play a 5th set. Pitt has gone on a 12-6 run since they were trailing 16-10. Here's Fairbanks. Off the block, Lothrow has to bump set De Beer. It's wide, Pitt has the lead.
Pitt is getting some good defensive touches with their block and able to slow down De Beer and make her do something she's not as comfortable with.
Moments ago, Louisville was hitting over 300 in this set. That is quickly dropping. 5 attacking errors. Set point Pitt.
Incredible.
Danny Busman Kelly challenging if Serena Gray was in the net there.
Second challenge tonight by Louisville. This will be their last unless we go to a 5th set. The ball hits the net. Does she pull her arm back in time?
Yeah, it does not look like she follows through into the net. Look at that body control to stop it.
And sometimes I wonder if Danny Busman Kelly just throws the challenge card out with the idea that, hey, it gives my team a moment to regroup. I get to talk to my team on the sidelines here and just resettle things.
And they need that.
Absolutely, we've seen challenges used that way before. If we did go to a 5th set, each team is going to get an extra challenge.
It's not clear to me.
And it would have to be clear for them to overturn this. The original call was that she was not in the net. Pitt storming back, 4 straight points. Set point Pitt. Panthers looking to force a 5th set. De Beer. The block does it. We are going 5.
Pitt made a great adjustment defensively, and they were slowing down DeBeer, and that was the difference in that last set.
Of course we're going to a fifth set. Pitt ends the set on a 5-0 run. We played a 15 when we come back to Omaha. Play for a national championship. We're going to a fifth set. The second time this season that these two teams have played a 5-setter, and they're looking for history. One of these teams will be the first ACC team to reach the national championship match. Winner will face Texas.
Two big runs by Pitt. 12-6 run and then a 5-0 run to win that set.
It's interesting too. Louisville ended the third set on a 5-0 run to win. Pitt ending the fourth set on a 5-0 run to win it.
Something interesting, Dan Fisher is going to put Serena Gray up front so that she can start in the front row. They're going to start exactly how they did in Wisconsin when they won set 5 a weekend to go in the regional final. And he said, look, Rachel Fairbanks, your location hasn't been great all night, but how about this is the best your location is in set 5. I don't think left back defense has been the greatest all night, but how about this is our best left back defense we've seen all night, right here challenging his team, and the players absolutely loved it.
That's the kind of language they've used all season, Katie, is hey, maybe we don't have the best, maybe their outside hitter is better than ours, but maybe we're better tonight. Maybe their setter's better than ours, but maybe we're better tonight.
They say high standards, low expectations, but they say we can beat anybody.
We played a 15 points. Of course, Anna DeBeer starts off with a great serve. Jase with the back set from Scott. Vasquez Gomez. Scott digging. Jase. The swing, a little off speed, but it's pretty.
In the middle of that play, Aiko Jones went down. But Louisville able to recover, and Claire Chassé deep down the line for the kill.
Attacking error, Vasquez Gomez.
That ball falls short.
Dalton with the bump to Vasquez Gomez. Klicka laying out. They'll go Bazzario on the right pin. PK Kong. Timeout Pitt. PK Kong with 8 blocks.
What resiliency we've seen from Louisville. I mean, you think about they were up 16-10 in that fourth set, and then they allow Pitt to come all the way back, and then they trade points late in that set, and then they ultimately lose it. Great resiliency, great mental strength to come back clean and focus in here and get out to a 3-0 lead.
Now, Katie, Louisville has actually started 3-0 in the first set, the third set, the fourth set, and now here in the fifth set tonight. It helps, too, when you start with Anna DeBeer behind the service line.
She's got such a great serve. And I mean, you're talking about, as a coach, wanting 38 miles per hour to 42 miles per hour from a jump float serve. Anna DeBeer rockets that thing. It's got to be pushing 45 miles per hour, and she's still able to keep it in the court of play. That's what's so amazing about that serve.
Again, tying her career high tonight with 5 aces. If you're Pitt, though, you've got to flip the page because you're only going to 15 points, and it goes by in the blink of an eye.
And Pitt has proved that they can respond, and we've seen it. So for Pitt, they've got to be confident that they can side out and go for a run for themselves.
Anna DeBeer digs that all the way up to the scoreboard. Chasse pushing with 2 hands.
Raquel Lothro was pretty gutsy to take that ball with her hands, but it comes out a little too flat for Claire Chasse to attack. Heads up play to just push that to the deep corner.
Chasse 23 kills, hitting .404. Fairbanks on the move, the bump set to Vasquez. Gomez rejected.
And this is a serving rotation that started so well in the first set. Anna DeBeer on the line, PK Kong and Aiko Jones with a huge Louisville block at the net.
PK Kong has a new career high 9 blocks tonight. Wokolo. No!
Make that 10.
Double figure blocks for PK Kong.
Incredible. PK Kong owning the net, getting up quick in transition, knowing Wokolo likes to attack that ball.
So smart, knowing her opponent. Louisville started this match up 6-0, and now here in the 5th set, up 6-0, going to 15.
But if you look at the 4th set, Pitt responded, went on a 12-6 run, went on a 5-0 run. So it's very possible. I think Pitt is still a confident team.
Absolutely, we've seen them tested. It just goes a little faster, going only to 15 points. PK Kong. Danny Busman-Kelly said, you know, she was a bit of a late bloomer, was limited with how much experience she got on the club scene, and then COVID happened. She redshirted. She just needed to gain that experience. She's got it and the confidence to go with it.
Incredible. What a performance defensively at the net, but she's been clean offensively as well.
16 blocks for Louisville, and PK has 10 of them tonight.
PK Kong so long, moving well laterally, making nice reads. Love the eye work and the quick press over the net defensively.
Pitt has no more timeouts. Are you kidding me?
Back bump set by Rachel Fairbanks to put Bazzario in a position to get out of this rotation.
PK Kong is a magnet right now for the ball.
She owns the net like no one else. Attack is long. It is 8 straight points for Louisville here in the 5th set. And Dan Fisher is going to use that challenge card. Remember, you get an additional challenge in the 5th set. He does not have any timeouts, so also a good opportunity to regroup again.
Definitely, and slow down the Louisville momentum.
You're looking for a touch on this. The original call was no touch and that the ball was hit out.
I'd love to see this from the baseline. I cannot clearly see finger movement on the left hand of PK Kong.
I think that shows it going past. It has to be obvious for them to overturn it.
Correct.
Haven't seen an obvious touch yet. They confirm the call. No touch. Point Louisville, and we switch sides. They can taste history, looking to be the first ACC team to play for a national championship. Wokolo, and there it is, finally, Pitt with its first points here in the 5th set.
Love the confidence, Fairbanks to Wokolo. In a tough position, down 0-8.
Cat Flood rotates in, one of their top servers. They go with Chasse on that set.
That's the first combination play we've seen right there, and it works for Louisville. Running Chasse into the middle of the court, a little X play. Wow, that's a big call late in the match.
It was a little bit of trickery. Serena Gray ends up jumping with the quick middle set, and it just leaves Claire Chasse wide open with a one-on-none.
Hard to expect it when we haven't seen it tonight. Pull it out of the pocket. Amaya Tillman getting in on the block party. A new season high in blocks for Louisville. 18 team blocks.
We talked about the dominance of the Pitt middle blockers, but Tillman and PK Kong having a huge night for Louisville.
Pisario coming to get it. Lothero pushing it to Aiko Jones. In!
Elena Scott picking up that short tip down the line. Look at this ball. Gets under it, lifts it. Lothero pushes it to the right side, and Aiko Jones goes deep corner for Louisville.
A new season high for Elena Scott, 27 digs.
Another tough serve with Elena Scott on the back line.
That ties her career high with 5 aces. A career high in digs, a career high in aces for Elena Scott.
Pitt able to side out, get that ball back to Pisario, but Pisario's going to the back row.
If you're just joining us, Louisville jumped out to an 8-0 lead here in the 5th set.
One of the big runs for Pitt was with Pisario on the back line.
They need it now again. Playing to 15. Here comes Chasse. 25 kills.
Louisville is feeling it, but they cannot relax against this Pitt team. Game face on for Amaya Tillman.
Vasquez Gomez. Lothero to Tillman on the slide. History for the Louisville Cardinals. they will play for a national championship. The first ACC team in the national championship match will be the Louisville Cardinals.
What a battle we saw. Pitt fought back when their backs were against the wall when they were down to win that fourth set, but Louisville was way too much in that fifth set behind the tough serving. That was really the difference, and then the blocking from both middle blockers from Louisville.
A season-high 19 blocks for Louisville. They had 10 service aces. The Pitt Panthers making their second straight appearance in the national semifinal. It's been a great season for them, and just impressive the talent that they have on that roster.
Well, they've proven that they're a national power now, and they're in the conversation every year. This team has a lot to be proud of.
It was a drama-filled third match between these two teams this season. We started the day with 4 teams in Omaha, and now there are 2. The national championship match, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. We will see Texas and Louisville. It'll be a slugfest, I'm sure. It has been a pleasure to be with you from Omaha today. 2 teams remaining. They'll play for a title in 2 days.